Come closer, children. Sit. Sit by the fire. Let me tell you a story of a village long ago. A place where many believed beauty and pride were everything and kindness was often ignored. Once upon a time, there lived a man named Kola in a small African village. Quiet, yet full of life. He had two wives. One, proud and loud. The other, gentle, calm and kind. This is the story of Zainab and how a quiet heart changed everything. The village awoke slowly. A reddish-brown path stretched between round mud houses. Women moved gracefully. Baskets balanced on their heads. Children ran barefoot, laughing. Chickens scurried across the path, flapping their wings. In his small compound sat Kola, a quiet man of the village. His hands steady, sharpening his tools with care. Mud walls, pots, and the soft rustle of the morning. Kola walked in silence, calm and thoughtful. And here is Amara, standing tall in the courtyard, her bright, colorful dress glowing in the sunlight. She lifted her head, turning slowly, admiring every detail of herself. Every gesture, every glance filled with pride and confidence. Amara loved to feel beautiful, and she made sure everyone noticed. And here is Zainab, kneeling quietly in the kitchen, her hands steady as she stirred the pot. Her simple blue dress moved softly with her, and her natural hair tied back neatly. She worked with care, gentle and focused, every action filled with thoughtfulness. Zainab did not seek praise. She simply cared for others, letting her kindness guide her. In her calm presence, the house felt warmer, and life felt a little softer. Amara laughed, pointing at Zainab as she walked. "Look at her," she said. "Always quiet, always helping. Do you think kindness will feed you?" Kola stood quietly at the doorway, watching, unsure what to say. But Zainab kept her eyes on the pot, calm and steady, unmoved by the mockery. Zainab swept the courtyard carefully. Behind her, women moved softly through the compound, going about their tasks unnoticed by her. At the busy market, Amara laughed, pointing at Zainab, mocking her loudly. Zainab lowered her head and walked quietly, saying nothing. Soft, gentle sobs. Zainab wept quietly, alone at the back of her house. Amara laughed, leaning back at the table. "Sit there, on the floor. That's exactly where you belong," she sneered. Zainab lowered her head, quietly eating. Not a word, not a glance. The neighbors kept on eating, completely focused on their own meals. Zainab stepped forward, gently taking the clay pot from the old woman's hands. Her movements calm, careful, as she helped her carry it across the compound. Amara watched from behind, lips curled slightly, as if to say, "See this one," pretending to be kind. In the village, such quiet goodness was rarely understood. Amara stood, sneering sharply. "Look at her, thinking she's so kind," she laughed. Zainab knelt down, gently placing a plate of food before the young boy. Her hands steady, her eyes kind. The boy looked up, hungry grateful. Zainab held out a small piece of jewelry, offering it with gentle hands. The man accepted it, eyes wide with gratitude. She smiled softly, giving, without thought of reward. Under the shade of a mango tree, Zainab sat quietly. Why? Why am I like this? Why can't I stop helping, giving, when no one even notices? My heart, it won't let me look away. I'm tired, so tired, but I can't. Should I stop? After that, she still continued to help others. She went ahead, gently offering a cup of water. The old woman smiled, taking it. Zainab, do not stop. Keep being kind, no matter what others say. Your heart, your goodness, it matters, and it will pay off one day. Amara walked proudly through the market, her gold glinting in the sunlight. Villagers clapped, some whispered, admiring her wealth. Behind her, Zainab passed quietly. The next morning, Zainab was walking along the dusty path when she saw the old woman struggling with every step, her back bent. Without hesitation, Zainab stepped closer, offering her hand. Come, let me help you, she whispered softly. The old woman looked up, eyes weary, but trust sparked in them. Together, they moved slowly, step by step. Zainab steadied her, supporting her gently. Each step, a small victory for the tired woman, and yet a quiet act of love. The sun rose over the village, but the light felt harsh. The earth cracked and lifeless, the fields brown and dry. The market, once full of color and chatter, now stood quiet. Villagers moved slowly, faces tired, eyes searching. Mothers held their children close, whispering words of comfort. Men walked the dusty paths, just hoping to find something. Kola, you're feeling weak. Take this, it will help. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Nothing will happen. Kola, sit, rest. Don't worry, don't strain yourself. But Amara frowned, eyes sharp. This is not what I signed up for. No money, no food, and now you're sick? How? How am I supposed to take care of myself? Villagers moving behind, searching for where to find food, watching quietly. And there, Amara, she paced back and forth, her face tight with anger. She cried out, I cannot continue like this. No money, no food, and now sickness too. She wondered, how could she stay here any longer? And so, Amara gathered her things. With a heavy heart, she left the house. Inside the small house, Zainab held Kola gently, leaning on each other. Quiet murmurs of worry, soft sighs as they stayed close. Later, outside, by the warm fire, they remained close, holding one another, and around them, neighbors passed quietly, peeking from afar, watching. The next morning, there was no food, not even for her husband. So Zainab took her gold and went to the market to sell it. She wanted to sell her gold so she could make food. That night, Zainab knelt, crying and praying to God. The next morning, there was a knock at Zainab's door. It was the same old woman, the one Zainab had helped walking on the road. She was tired, hungry, homeless, asking if she could stay. Zainab guided the old woman inside the house. She showed her a small room where she could rest, a quiet, safe place for her to stay. The next morning, Zainab told her husband about the old woman staying in their house. Kola grew angry, his face tight. "Do you not see? There is no food, nothing at all, and you let a stranger..." Hurt by her husband's words and the insults, Zainab went to the back and cried bitterly. Throughout the days, Zainab cared for the old woman. She cooked for her, washed for her, and never asked. Though she knew there was no food, the land was dry. One night, the old woman called Zainab into her room and they prayed together. She thanked Zainab for caring for her and whispered, "Do not give up. Keep being kind." The next morning, she said she must go, that she had other places, other things to do. She packed her bag and quietly left. Zainab felt sad, lonely, her heart heavy. Even then, she noticed the old woman had gold. Yet, she stayed kind, gentle, and giving to the woman. The next morning, Zainab stepped outside, and there the old woman appeared, no longer tired, glowing, shining with light. Before her, a pile of gold dust, shimmering, moving softly like wings. The old woman whispered, "Come, touch it." Zainab stepped forward, and as her hand touched the gold, it glowed, surrounding her with light. Excited, Zainab ran to her husband, telling him what she had seen. Kula's eyes widened. He smiled, amazed. The next day, every home in the village received bags of gold. The villagers whispered in wonder, thankful, amazed. And Zainab, the quiet, kind wife, was celebrated, her goodness remembered by all. Gold was everywhere. Zainab and her husband stood before it, amazed. Villagers came, praising her, thanking her. They celebrated. The village restored. Hope returned. Crops now growing. Life bubbling again. All because of Zainab's kindness. And Amara, her heart heavy with guilt, remembering all she had done to Zainab. She went to the house, fell to her knees, begging, "Please forgive me." Zainab looked at her, smiled softly, and embraced her. Peace returned, and forgiveness filled the air. Later that day, Amara came back. She stood before Zainab, her former husband, and the villagers. Her head bowed slightly, tears in her eyes, and she spoke with a humble heart. I did not understand. I did not see the value of kindness. I mocked. I judged. I was proud. And for that, I am sorry. Kindness, it is more powerful than wealth, more lasting than pride. It can heal. It can restore. It can bring hope. I have learned. I will carry this truth in my heart, and I urge all of you to cherish kindness and treat others well. She turned to her husband and said softly, "Please, may I come back?" Her husband looked at her, calm and steady, and said, "No, but we forgive you. Go now. Live your life in peace." And so Amara left, and Zainab remained honored, and the village learned the power of true kindness. And so, what we have seen, the village, the hardships, the laughter, and the sorrow. Zainab's heart, her kindness, did not go unnoticed. Even when others mocked her, even when the world seemed harsh, she stayed true. She stayed generous. And because of her, the village found hope. The fields grew. The people rejoiced. Let this be remembered. Kindness, patience, and love, they carry power greater than wealth, greater than pride. And in every heart, goodness never goes unseen.